So today guys, we have to do a few lanyards. Now I've got a customer that wants one made and he doesn't want too many of them. So our problem is that normally if we're going to do lanyards and we're going to do full color, we normally go with the option of sublimation, which is this lanyard here. But unfortunately, because he only wants one or two of them, we can't go this route, even though this is the best route to go. But what if you have a DTF printer? Well, then we can solve that issue by doing ones and twos without having the struggle of doing the setup like sublimation. So all you need to do is go ahead and get yourself a ready-made lanyards like this one I've got here, and this customer in particular wants black with a full color print on the front of this lanyard and not the back. So we're going to do one for ourselves just as a test, show the customer and see if he's happy, and then we can go ahead and make the run that he needs. So from here we're going to look at our design and see how we're going to achieve this with DTF. So let's go have a look. So we're here at our design and that's basically what we want to do. Yes, it's a bit too big now, but that's the idea. We want to have that artwork printed onto this and also this side here. So if we have a look, because we're doing DTF, we have white ink already that we can print behind all of our artwork. So that being said, you need to make sure that you remove your black background or whatever background you have, so that the printer knows where all the open spaces are, so that you don't print color in these open gaps here. And the printer will only print white ink under or on top of everything that is needed to be printed. So from here we just double check our size, save it as a PNG, and then we're going straight to our DTF printer to start this process. Okay, so we're here at our Flexi print. The first thing we need to do is add our underbase. So we go ahead and I'll select my artwork, then we go to effects and we go underbase, and then we go variable underbase because I need it to be in certain places and not everywhere. And this is only for the white ink. Now if it's done correctly, you'll see it will highlight everywhere that the ink is going to be put down, and now we can see the word MILF and the rest of MILF Squad and the rest of our fish and badge. So now that we've done that, we can go ahead and go to our print and rip. I am going to turn them sideways rather. Just need to make sure you've selected all your preset settings for DTF, and then we're going to add as many as we can. And there we go. Now we can push send, which will send to our print manager. Once we're here, we're going to go ahead, double click on our artwork, and again we're going to double check to see whether or not everything is printing correctly. So we'll just go ahead and push preview, and we start off with our white, and we can see it comes in as gray, which is correct. Then we go our black, yellow, magenta, cyan, until we see the rough image that we're looking for. I'm happy with that. That is perfect. We're going to push OK. Now we're going to right click and save as, because I want to take it to our actual printing software. So I'll just label this MILF lanyards. So once you've done that, now we can go ahead and open our print EXP software. Once I've selected the artwork, double click on it and it should show you everything it's going to print. From there we need to double click on our artwork on the left hand side. Why? Because this is going on a black background, I want more white. So I'm going to add a second layer of white and I'm going to push OK. Now that we've done everything there and we've done a print test nozzle over there to make sure our color and white is coming out, all we need to do is right click and say print, and it will start printing. Okay, now it's starting to print and we can see after a few centimeters the white is now starting to be laid down on top of the color in reverse. And if you have a quick look there, you can actually see the white is being printed within the color artwork, and you can see a little bit of color all the way around the white, which is what you want to see. Otherwise you end up getting a white border, which is not what you want. Purely the white is there to prevent the black of the lanyard coming through to the color. Now that we've printed it, all we need to do is take it from the printer to our powder applicator, and because we're not doing such a mass print, we're going to do this by hand. And once we've coated it with enough powder, we're going to take it to our oven and let it sit there for 1 to 2 minutes open it again, have a look whether or not you still see little dots everywhere. If not, you need to let it go for another minute. Try not let it turn yellow because then you've burnt it. Now that it's taken all the time it needs to and it's baked, we take it out and we let it air cool for a minute or two, or you just flap it around in the air to try and cool down the print. From that we can then start cutting it up and putting it on our lanyard to heat press. The best way I found heat pressing this was to use the corner of the heat press, and it doesn't matter which size heat press you use, just make sure if your lanyard is a bit crinkled, heat press it first to make it flat, then apply your artwork to heat press. Once you've done your first heat press, you need to take it out the heat press, you need to let it cool down before you peel. Once it's cooled down, peel it, then go in for your second press and either use a piece of Teflon or material to give it some texture. So guys, we have finished our lanyard and it looks fantastic. It came out exactly how I wanted it to for this customer to see. Remember, we've just done an example for him to see and then he can place his order. Just looking at this, I wanted to say that it is much easier if you have someone that can unstitch your lanyard here and then actually heat press it all in one go on your heat press rather than having to struggle the way I did. The reason why I showed it to you that way, to heat press it on the corner of the heat press, is to show you without needing to do the stitching part, because most people can't. So this is why I did it this way, to show you that you can do it without having to unstitch it, because it is the better way. But now that you've seen exactly how we've done it, I really hope you enjoyed watching this process, because DTF allows you to do so much more than you can think of, which is an example here. Having to do this yourself makes it so much easier and better for the customer. So again, thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one.
AI may eventually take over, but what's for certain is that smart machines are already operating all over the world right now. So stay ahead with AM.CO.za. For 11 years, they've been the leader in CNC and printing machines like CNC routers, large format printers, vinyl cutters, laser cutters, plasma cutters, DTF printers, and many more. Visit AM.CO.za showrooms in Sunny Rock, Joburg, and Montague Gardens, Cape Town, or WhatsApp hi to 060 600 6000 for more. AM.CO.za. Achievement matters.